Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be about how I got straight A's in college. I'm going into my third year of college, which is actually turning out to be my senior year. If you haven't seen my video on why I'm graduating early, go check that out. Throughout the semester, everybody was like, this girl's crazy. Like, why would you ever take 21 credits? The average is around 15 per semester, and so 21 is pretty insane. Wednesday, started my day at 3 a.m. ended it at 10 p.m. work and 7 classes, so needless to say it was very hard, but I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, it's possible, and I am in no way making this video to brag. I'm not. Everyone who knows me knows that I work extremely hard for myself and for others, and I balanced 21 credit hours of class with rehearsals at least twice a week. I tutored my boyfriend up to twice a week. I was a peer mentor. I had a job that worked up to 20 hours a week. I was doing various activities, going to various events and workshops to prepare for grad school. And I also had to eat, and I had to sleep. Oh, not to mention all the homework that I had to do. And I'm gonna tell you guys how I did it. I'm making this video to prove to you guys that it's possible and to let you guys know that I am gonna do everything I can to help you guys get to where you wanna be. So let's get started. First of all, if you're thinking about taking 20 plus credits, just like think really hard about it, because it is not easy. It is not an easy lifestyle. Time management is crazy. It's hard and it's a lot of work. So here's a backstory of my education. I'm a psychology major, industrial and organizational psychology, and a human development and quantitative methods minor. I took 7 classes. So my classes this semester had tons of weekly assignments. I didn't have class on Fridays. Crazy enough, I don't know how I did it, but so that was great, but that also meant that 21 hours of classes had to be smushed into 4 days. So I didn't get out of class ever before 5 o'clock. I started my days sometimes at 9 a.m., sometimes at 3 a.m. when I have to go to work. I'm not a super genius. Like, I'm not one of those people that get A's on everything. Most of my exams I got B's and C's on, not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. But this leads me to my first tip, and that is to get points where you can. I don't know how it is in everybody's school, but in my school there is a total amount of points, say like 500, and every assignment has a certain amount of points that add up to that total. I am not a great test taker. I get really nervous about exams, and I always second guess myself, especially if it's like multiple choice. I'll like read it, answer, I don't know if that's right, erase, and it turns out the one I had before was the right answer. Things like that always happen to me. But what I am good at is writing papers. I can BS a paper in no time. So even though I got, you know, a lot of B's and C's on my exams, I was able to lift my grade in other areas of the class. So I focused a lot of my energy on writing and the papers that I had to do and the assignments that I had to do versus the exams that I had to study for. There were some classes that I just knew I couldn't do well on the exam. If I knew that the information was just not sticking with me, I wasn't gonna cram any longer. You know, if it's 1 a.m. and I'm cramming and nothing's coming to me, I'm gonna go to sleep, because in the morning I'm gonna take the exam, it's gonna be over, and I'm not gonna have any energy to focus on the rest of my classes. I'm not gonna have energy to do any homework. I'm not gonna have energy to do anything because I spent all of it last night cramming for an exam that I knew I wouldn't really do that well in. I'm not saying don't study, but I'm saying invest your time and your energy in your strengths rather than your weaknesses. My second tip is to get organized from the jump. Okay, I can do an entire video on organization because I think that I truly mastered it this semester. I kind of had to. Once you've got your schedule down, make sure you have it all on a calendar. I wrote down my schedule and everything that I had to do. everywhere. You guys have probably seen my schedule, my calendar, everything was laid out. I had my schedule, like the days that I had to go to class in green. I had my homeworks in like pastel colors. I had, you know, my rehearsals in bright pinks and different like appointments and events that I had to go to in very bright colors so that I wouldn't miss out on them, things like that. I kept a running list of all of my major exams, projects, and events, or any other like major assignments that would take more than one day to do. I kept a running list of them so that I could see at the top, this thing is the next thing approaching me. And then every time it ended, I crossed it off or I erased it and I moved on to the next thing. I also always told myself that the due date was earlier than it was. So if I had a project due on February 12th, I told myself that it was due February 10th, and I wrote it in my calendar as being due February 10th. I literally trained myself to complete assignments before the due date because I was really bad. I was that kid at 11:59 rushing to turn in the assignment, and I was tired of it. It was giving me so much more stress than need be, you know? This semester I had almost 150 assignments to turn in, and because of the training that I did with my mind, I never missed one. Understand that the weight of the class is distributed among different categories in the class. Invest yourself accordingly. If you know that exams are 50% of your grade, invest yourself in the exams. If you know that homework is 50% of your grade, invest yourself in the homework. The trick is not to put all of yourself in every single part of what you have to do. You will get burnt out, and I'm tired of people telling me work hard, put your best in everything. Sometimes that can really burn you out, especially if you have so many responsibilities to take care of. Invest yourself according to the weight of every part of every class. My third tip is to kick procrastination in the butt. You need to do things immediately. This was extremely hard for me because I was that kid. Paper was due February 12th and I was starting at 8 p.m. on February 12th, was due at 11:59. I was that kid. And I did that because I felt like I was so busy that I didn't have time to do things in advance. You know, I had something due on the 11th, so I had to do that first before I did this thing on the 12th. And I couldn't figure out how to get out of that rut, how to get out of feeling like I just had assignment after assignment piling up on me and I had something to do every moment of every day. The trick to beating that is to do things immediately. On the first day of class, I did so much homework because the syllabus was given to me and I saw what my first assignment was in every class and I did them all. I was able to be about almost a week ahead in all of my classes at any given time. Procrastination deals with prioritization. If you prioritize your education, you will find the motivation within you to get your things done, okay? A lot of times I did my homework as soon as I got out of class rather than when I got back to my room, because in the beginning I would come from class and I'd be so tired because I just spent an hour in class, and I go to my room and I would sit on my phone for an hour, a full hour, all because I feel so tired from class. And I would not get anything done because I was tired. And I was tired because I felt like I had done so much brain power spending an hour in class. If you put yourself in an environment where it's going to stimulate you to do work, you will do work so much more efficiently. Get out of your room if you need to. Head to the library, head to a cafe, head to the lounge, head to the lobby. Do a change in scenery can stimulate you so much. It's crazy. My fourth tip is to get in touch with teachers in any way that you can. Now, I hate the whole office hours thing. I do not like going to teachers' office hours. I am a fairly awkward person and I don't like the idea of sitting in some cramped stranger's office trying to make small talk because I'm told that I need to get close to this stranger, you know what I'm saying? So I had to find something different to do to get them to know me. I was not that front row 4.0 kind of girl, but I asked questions when I didn't understand and I answered questions when I did, and my professors ended up knowing me. They may not have known my name, they may not have known my major or what other classes I was taking, but when I passed them in the hallway, they said hello, they recognized me, and that was enough in times when I needed something from them. I would message them and I would say, "Hi, this is the girl that sits in the front row of your psychology class with the bun. I'm concerned about my grade. Is there anything else I can do to bring it up?" My fifth tip is to network with your classmates. I struggled in some of my classes with feeling motivated to pay attention or to, you know, learn the material. There's one class that I had where I didn't really like the professor's teaching style. I didn't really like the way the class ran, and I wasn't very interested in the material. So I had to find something to invest myself into. If it wasn't the professor, if it wasn't the class materials, I needed to find something else, because I knew I was gonna stop caring. I was gonna stop doing my homework. I was gonna do poorly in the class. So I realized that I needed to find something in the class to connect myself to, so that I would then reinvest myself. In my case, I had a friend that I knew that also took that class. We would motivate each other to go, because it's like, I know I don't want to go either, but we have to. Like, let's just at least go today and see what happens. We made it work because we found something to invest ourselves into, which was our friendship and our shared familiarity of having the class together. He was a support system for me because he was going through the same thing that I was going through in that class, and we could relate off of each other. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the class that kept me doing well, it was the support that I had for the class. You can find that same support in people that you're not friends with. You can find that support in strangers when you lean over to them and you're like, what is this guy talking about? You just have to make the effort to find that within people. A lot of times I can't expect the professor to be the know-all, be-all, never-ending source of information that's going to effectively teach me everything I need to know about the subject and get an A. Because in reality, some teachers are just horrible. Some teachers don't effectively communicate and convey the information that they're trying to teach. And that's where other resources come in, you know, like study groups, tutoring services, friends, everything like that. So take advantage of those things. My final tip is to do your best. If you get caught up in every mistake that you make, you will fall behind in college, because there are a lot of mistakes to be made. My first year of college, I struggled with organic chemistry, calculus, advanced biology, and I ended up with a little bit above a C average, and now I'm going into my senior year of college and I'm getting straight A's. My best is good enough because at the end of the day, that is all I have to offer. You physically can't offer more than your highest potential, more than your best. And that's not to say that your potential has a limit or that your best has a limit. You continue to grow and you continue to learn, but at every stage of your life you can offer your best. But if you can't make peace with the fact that your best is literally your best, you will always be unhappy and you will always be unsatisfied with your performance. So you're gonna take some L's, you're gonna take some losses, but you just have to assess the situation, understand where you messed up, understand how you can do better in the future, and move on. The more I realized that I was doing better and that the things I was doing was causing a positive outcome, then that became my motivation to continue to keep working towards what I knew was possible for me. Everything and anything is possible, and you can work towards anything that you want to do. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who may need it, share it with someone that you think may be struggling or that just needs to hear some kind of positivity, and let me know what else you guys want to see, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.